guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought we'd do a little project, make like a little fabric envelope made from my scrap fabric box. So this keeps staring at me. It's in front of me on my desk and I thought it's about time I've used it. I picked out a few bits here which I think might go quite well, so it's going to be a real sort of like mix and match. Do apologise, I've got a bit of a croaky throat. So, oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, I might like that. Let's pop that in the box. So I'm just going to pick out some bits and pieces. I don't want anything too small because I want to sort of like do it like a patchwork, well, sort of patchworky thing. I did one here which is lovely. Absolutely love this, and I've made this in the shape of an envelope, which is quite nice, which I'll do that on another video I think, but it's beautiful. I'm loving it. I love this. This is what my mother-in-law gave me. The this was the trim and I just used this little bit off here, which I thought looks really pretty. Just as sort of, it hasn't got a closure, but it's just like dangles on the back and I think it looks lovely. So that's nice, but that's the sort of thing I want to do. But instead of patchworking it like this, I'm going to do some free motion stitching on it, and this is what gave me the idea, these little shapes here on the fabric. So I thought I would get my free motion stitching, not my free motion, my needle out and do some of that. So I want to make it a little bit pretty. So I was just having a little rummage through here. See, all the little bits that I like are tiny, little tiny bits. Oh, there's a bigger bit. That's quite a nice colour, isn't it? I like that. There's a little bit there. That will come out. Got that. That's not going to be easy to sew over because it's got little beads on it. Might be able to put that on there. We shall see. But you see I've got so much stuff in here. It's crazy. There's a little bit of something there, a little bit of that. I don't really want to get out my ribbon or anything like that, or my lace. I want to really just use what I've got in here. That's quite nice, but then it's got little hard bits on. So I don't really want to use that. That will do. Yes, because I've got to use up this. There's just so much of it. I would quite like to do one in a sort of like a, like this fabric. This is like the sari bits, or maybe I'll add a few little bits into that as well. There we go. Nice little mixture. We want some bigger bits as well to go on there. So let's see what we've got. It's going to be nice and colourful, I think. But it's beautiful, and then I'll make a little journal or something to go inside it, which will be quite nice. Right, let's see, it's a little bit of this. What's that? That's a nice bright pinky bit. Let's have some of this. Okay, do you think that will do? Let me just pop that to the side. Okay, so I've got my ironing board out. So this is my grubby little ironing board. Oh look, there's a little heart there. What's that piece? Oh, that's a sleeve off this lovely fabric, or maybe I'll use a bit of that. I've got my ironing board out, but you can see where I have been ironing my seam binding, because it's got all the colour on there. So I've got just a piece of sheet. So this is just an old piece. I've got my little iron. I've used this a lot more now, this little iron, because it's really good just doing a little bit of ironing. I'm just going to wet that because it's very creased, and pop this under there. There we go. Not that it really matters too much because we're going to sew over the top of it anyway. So that's that one. So I've got this one, and then this is the one that I did as a sort of like a little sort of templatey one, just to see what I was going to do. So it's just, oh, shall I measure it? Let me measure it. So this is just slightly over 8 inches, and that's just sort of like nearly 21 centimeters by what's that? That's 12, about 13.5 inches. What's that? That's 30. We have got about 33.5 centimeters. So that's roughly the size. And what I would like to do, I've sort of like cut like a little moon shape in this. I'm standing up, so it's a lot easier for me to do. So the camera's a little bit higher up. So I've just sort of like cut a little moon shape out like that. And then like that. So then that comes down. So that's the sort of size, I think. And if we wanted to pop a little journal in there, I think that would work really well. So I'm just going to iron that. Can you see? So we've still got lots of room, a little bit in there. Instead of having it straight across, I've got that. I suppose you could have it in like a little V, couldn't you? Like a sort of envelope. But I quite like it like that. So let's just do this one. So I'll show you how I cut the little moon bit out of it. So it doesn't really matter what size you do. You put the little things up, fold it up. It's entirely up to you how you do it. So what's that like compared to this one? Oh look, that's pretty much, oh look at that. That's not bad going, is it? So that's like that. Let's put that, fold that down. Then I'm going to just iron that across, just so we've got it all marked out like that. And then I'm going to take this bit, which is the inside, I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm just going to, oopsie daisy, take my scissors. Now again, you can just go straight down, or I'm just going to go and just do a little, there we go, just cut out a little notch in there. And I think that just so it's not straight across. And then make sure your top flap covers that, so I can just about see it, it's sort of there. So there we go, perfect. So let's do this one. Pop that one to the side. So I'm going to pop that one out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of my fabric. Now the way I'm going to stick it down is this sort of like hem tape, which I'm going to use and just iron it on. Oh my gosh, my throat. Very croaky. It's not sore, it's just very croaky. And then I'm just going to take bits of fabric and then just have a little look and see what we can put in. I've got a little bit of lace. Actually this is my new lace. What that's doing in there. Oh, I think I used it on this one, look, that's why it's in there, but I quite like that as the front. A little bit, well that's the arm. There's my fabric scissors. So again, just get all your fabrics that you've got, all your little bits and pieces, your little leftovers. I'm sure you've got lots hanging around. If you've got a little box or a basket or a drawer, you've got lots of bits all over the place. So shall we have a big piece of this? Like that. Let's cut that out. Now again, you want fabric. Let me just make sure that you can iron. So don't get anything too synthetic that's going to melt, because that will be awful. If you've got it all on here and you iron it and it just goes and melts. So I'm just sort of like, I'm not sure about that one. I'm just going to take some of this and pop it down onto the fabric. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Put it there, iron it on like that. Then I'm going to take another piece just so it's held down in place. Like that. This has got a backing on. Sometimes it doesn't have a backing on it, but this one has a backing on it, and you just pull it off. I'll pop a link down because it's so much easier to hold things in place, because I'm not very good at pinning things. And because I want to do the free motion stitching, this is great to hold it down with, because you don't have to hold the whole thing down. So let's just peel these off. I will move my sewing machine over here when we get to sewing, so you can see me doing it. And we'll probably won't have the sound on because it gets very, very noisy sewing. So there we go. So that's stuck down, lovely. Let me just snip that off. You can always sort of like tidy it up afterwards. So let's go. Let's pop this one. What was I going to pop that there? Like that, I think. Pop that on. Be careful you don't get it on your iron, because it does make it very, very sticky. There we go. So this can just be sort of like built up. Oh look, I've got a little bit of rose trim. That could probably go on afterwards actually. So yeah, just build this up with lots of little bits and pieces. This looks like it's going to be a little bit sort of pinky, doesn't it? I need a long bit to go down here. Maybe I'll pop another bit of this on. Like that. And put another bit over the top, just so it looks like a bigger bit. Iron that down. Oops, I hope I'm not wobbling the table too much. I did have a good tidy up and a move around again, because I got so much stuff everywhere, it's driving me crazy. There we go. And I've moved down. I got some sort of like IKEA tubs. I think they're for like kids' rooms. You get sort of like 9 in like a little shelfy thing. So I've moved them closer to me because I had them quite high up above my Calyx units, and I couldn't really use them. Do we want that there? Should we have that in here? Oh, decisions. Let's just pop that there. Once I've popped all of this down on top and I've done the stitching over it, I will go over it with extra little bits, maybe a bit of lace or something over the top. So maybe I'll keep this to go over the front bit, so that covers up if it's a little bit, if it seems a bit sort of like too brighter colour. We shall see. Let me just give this a little bit of an iron. There we go. Should have probably ironed some of this beforehand, shouldn't I? But that's okay. Let's put that there. This, oh, I like that. That's lovely, isn't it? Let's take that. Maybe this could go along the back. Like that. Not sure whether that will... That's a shame to use that, because I'm going to do the free motion stitching. It's a shame to cover that up. Let's just stick this piece down, because it's got such nice sort of like embroidery on it. Let's just put this piece on. Oops. There we are. You can work out where you want your pieces first. But I'm just sort of like sticking them on as I go. Put through there. Cover that little bit up. Let's cut this off. Can use that somewhere else, can't we? Put that on there. Got a little bit here. I don't mind about the scruffy bits. I think they look quite nice. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Or maybe I'll have that there. Oh, look at that. That fits perfect, doesn't it? A little pink. I'm not quite sure I like that. Or should we have a little bit of bright on there? Going to... Oh, that might be a bit thin. Just going to put a little bit there, like that. Let's see, and then another little bit. Oopsie daisy. Like that. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I like this green. This green seems to be sort of on here now, doesn't it? Let's have a little bit of this purple lace, shall we? There we go. Oopsie daisy. Right. I haven't stuck this piece down. Piece there. This is so quick and easy to stick things down with. Okay, I will probably speed this up a little bit so you don't have to sit and watch me you know, pop all these pieces down. So let's just put that on there. Okay guys, so I think that's pretty good. That's a bit of a mishmash, but I really like it. It will look different when we finish because we will add a few more bits and pieces to it. So that will fold up, and then, no, I'm doing it the wrong way around. This folds up like that, and then this will fold down. Ooh, like that. Okay, so I'm going to tidy this little bit of mess up, bring in my sewing machine, and then we will start to do a little bit of free motion stitching on here to just pop it all down. Okay guys, so I've sort of like moved around a little bit, so hoping that you can see what I'm doing. So I've got my free motion foot on here, and all I'm going to do is go around all of it in just a little squiggly sort of pattern really. It will probably take a little while, so I'll probably either speed it up or I will jump on and show you different sort of stages of it. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop the needle down. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that out and I'm going to sort of like start in the middle, so it would be a lot easier for me to start in the middle than the outside, because it's easier to control. So you must, when you're using a free motion needle, you must take the little teeth things down. So that means that this moves around really, really smoothly, and you just almost like, you're almost like drawing. It's like making a nice pretty pattern with your thread. Now I've just got a white thread in here. I'll pop the needle down, and I'm just going to, now when you turn it on, it's not going to move. You have to make it move like that. Oh, are we bumping? Let me move my table over a little bit. That should be all right. I've just got it on a normal straight stitch, so it's really sort of like a basic stitch. So I'm just going to give it a go and keep going round. I will turn the probably pop a little bit of music on or something while I do this. So you want to be able to make sure that you go over the little edges, so they're all sort of like joined. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Take that off. Can you see? It's just little circles and all sorts of little patterns, and it just joins it all together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this off, and then I will be back. Okay guys, so let's see, hopefully you can see that. I have finished doing the lovely free motion stitching, and I love it. I think it looks really, really good. It did wrinkle up a little bit on the outside because it's easier if you've got it sort of like in a frame to do it, but I think it looks really, really good. Now what I would like to do now, I've changed the needle. This is my free motion needle, foot I mean, and I'll pop a link down below for that as well, because that's really good. It's so much fun. It really is so much fun. So what I'm going to do, so this just folds down like that now, so I think that looks really, really lovely. And what I would like to do, let me just push this back so you can see a little bit better. I've got a few little bits here which I'd like to just sew on randomly through that, and I've got my little tub of bits of seam binding, and this one looks like a really good colour to go with it, because it goes with these colours in there. So I think that looks really nice. Hopefully I'll make a good angle for you. I've got some other bits, but they don't really go. I've got this pink, but it's not quite the right, so I don't know. But I like the sort of like the turquoisey green, turquoisey blue, turquoisey green. So let's pop those to the side. So, oh, and I've got the little bit of lace that I would like to put on. But first, put those to the side a second. I've got these little bits, so what I would like to do is just maybe just sew that on there like that, and then these just little random bits. So I've got my, it's not free motion needle foot, it's just a normal one. So I'm hoping you can see that. So I'll move it over a little bit. There we go. So I'm just going to do a little cross in the middle of this little doily. There we go. Just so it's not stuck right down, it's just attached in the middle, so it's got a little bit of movement to it. Let's just cut these off. Oopsie daisy. Lots and lots of threads I have on the back of it, but I'm not going to cover them up because I like that. I think that looks really nice actually. So look, that's our little doily on there. Am I a little bit close? Can't really move my camera because it's in a really funny old position. So let me just fold this up a second. So that will go on there like that. So that's just popping out the bottom bit there. So I might even just sort of like sew that little bit onto there. And then just a little bit of, I've got another funny little flower here which I will sew on as well. So I will just do those a second and then I will show you what they look like. Now with this you can just keep going, you can just keep adding bits and pieces to it, sewing it on, all sorts of little bits on there. Just cut that long piece off there. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's just move that over. Look, we've got lots of threads everywhere. Okay, so I did go around this little bit here as well, stitched along there, just because that's our little inside bit, like that. So that will just fold down, and I think that looks lovely. So I'd like to put that little bit of lace just across this bit, like that, just on the edge. I think that will look really pretty, won't it? So I'm just going to sew that down through there, just along the edge. Don't mind it being scruffy. I think it looks really nice. Just chop this little bit off down there. Okay, so what I would like to do for the actual closure as well is do it with a little bit of seam binding, that lovely blue seam binding. So look at that, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? Oh, I think it's look, got lots of little threadies everywhere, but I think that looks so lovely. And what I would like to do is just use this one. Maybe I could sew a little button or something on there. I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to sew that onto that bit. Probably should have done that first, really. Just so that will be attached onto there. And then we can wrap this round and tie it like that. It's a bit awkward to see, sorry. Let's just sort of find the middle of it. Let's fold this in half. Oh, it's actually pretty much in that little gap there. So I'm going to take this and just sew that. Before I sew this little bit down a bit more, I'm going to just bend that over. Just double that over. Pop that in. Pop that down and just sew that in. Lovely. And then I'm going to take, oops, let's get these little bits off as well. And I'm going to just sew down right along the edge of that as well, just to hold it on properly. Okay, lovely. Oops. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew the whole thing together. And then that will just flap down. So let's just work out how high I would like to do it. I'm not going to do it inside out. I'm just going to, or should I? No, I'm just going to go all the way down the sides and to the top as well. So that's about right, isn't it? Okay, so I shall just fold this down. Sorry, I'm going to just fold that down like that and just sew it. I'm going to do a zigzag on this one, I think. Just so it holds it better. Okay, that's one side. Let's just cut this little bit of thread off. So there we go, that's one side of it stitched up. Doesn't that look so cute? I'm loving it. So let's hopefully this will be level. We shall see. I find it difficult sewing the other way, if you know what I mean. I have to go the same direction, so I'm going to just put that down. In a minute, I want to get some thread so I can hang on to the thread so it doesn't all buckle up. Let's just pull that out. There we go. Pop that down. There we go. I think I'll have to tidy this edge up a little bit. Just going to cut those little endy bits off like that. This side is a little bit scruffier than the other side. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to just move my camera and get my machine out of the way, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like. I've lots of different camera angles today, but I think this is looking really, really lovely. That's the back. It's a really nice little project to do. I just wanted to do something that was a little bit, you know, different, use up some of my scraps, and I just think it looks so lovely. It's got a great big pocket, so that opens up lovely. So I think maybe I could probably pop a little journal in there. So that's attached. So this will just go around it. And I'm just thinking whether to have like a little button here, which I've got these, well, it's not really a button, it's like a little bit of bling on there like that, which I think looks quite nice. I've got a little heart. Or the other thing I was thinking, I would love these, but they don't have a sort of back on them where I can sew it on. The only other thing was, I've been going through and taking apart some of my old jewellery, and I've got lots and lots of beads. I've got a big thing of pearls there, and I'm just wondering whether one of these would fit through there. So if I wrapped it around like that, and then I could just sort of like tuck it underneath and it would hold it there. Do you know what I mean? But it's quite a big hole, so let's have a go. I've got an embroidery needle here. Let's have a look. What's the chances of me trying to thread this through here? Oh, let's see if it will go through here first. Is this the nicest one? I think this is sort of the biggest one. That's a little bit nicer. No, I don't know whether it's going to go through. Oh, that one doesn't go through. Oh, that was easy. Oh, look at that. Oh, that goes through. Let's just pop that back up there. Okay. These are lovely pearls. These are really, really lovely pearls. So if I put that round, I don't know how many times, because if I had a journal in there, it would be a little bit bigger. So, and that would just sort of like flip round like that, and it would hold it. So what I might do, look at that. That's lovely. Oh, I'm really happy with this. I'm going to just tie a knot in there, and if I need to make this smaller, then I can just cut it and make it a little bit smaller. But for now, I think I'm just going to put this on like that. Oops, that wasn't very good, was it? Tie a little knot like that in there. That's not going to come off. That will go on there like so. And then that can just go round, and then I can tuck that in, so I won't make it any smaller. Love it. Oh, I think that's so lovely. Really, really nice. So that's a nice, simple project, because all as it was an old piece of sheet or anything that you've got, a bit of fabric, an old napkin or something like that, fabric napkin, and then just get all of your bits of scrap fabric. You don't have to do them free motion stitching. You can just stitch it on and sort of like go backwards and forwards and then up and down, just to hold your fabric on there instead of going around each little individual piece. It's quite nice to have it sort of like just sewn on there. So next time I think I'll do another one of these, but I'll just go in like straight lines like that, or even sort of like diagonally. But I am loving that. So there we go, guys. Nice little project. Very, very simple. And I love it. So there we go, guys. Thank you so, so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the evening. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.